We'll cover this, Henry. We're waiting for others to join and we'll cover this question. Can you see my screen and hear me, guys?
Yes.
We will wait for a minute or so and then we'll start. Yes, meanwhile, anyone who could answer Henty's question, he wants to know how can we stop traffic from one subnet to another subnet in the same VNet?
Applying an NSG on a different subnet.
Let's say NSG is already there. Right? What will you do in NSG? If NSG is not there, by default, everything is open. The moment you put an NSG, in NSG also default rule has. So I'll tell you the method how to start with this. Let a few more people come. Meanwhile, any one of you could try what could be done. Today I'm planning to start with Azure Bastion or Azure VNet, one of those things. Yes, guys, anyone knows how or what approach would you follow?
We can block the IP of the subnet that we don't want to allow the access.
So it will be around ports only, right? If we in order to stop traffic is nothing but allowing the ports.
Right, but the question is, the question is here. Stop traffic from one subnet to another subnet. It's not talking about some IP or something. Henty wants to stop communication from one subnet to another subnet. Okay, guys, so let's start. I think we have sufficient people. I know a few are still to join, but yes, we'll start. So before we start with the new topic, we'll go with this question. It might take another 2-3 minutes and then we'll start a new topic. Right, so Hente is asking that he has a doubt that he wants to use NSG and stop traffic from one subnet to another subnet. I searched service tag but could not find. We won't have to use service tag. So let me share the approach with you and then maybe you should be able to answer then, I think. Let me open portal. Guys, one more thing, if you're practicing, please make sure that you delete resources. Today I watched the subscription. This is the another subscription I have. I'm talking about the regular subscription on which you guys have access. It's T-Soft one. On this one, I saw under Ibrahim's. Do we have Ibrahim today? Under Ibrahim's resource group, there were too many disks, minimum 6 or 7 disks were there, which were just kept there. And I think pura weekend wo wahi par pade hue the. Now I have deleted them. So now if you check this resource group, now if you see the balance, it's almost half of this, and it's only 13th today. Right? So if you are spending balance while practicing something, that is fine. But do not forget to delete something. Or I saw a few resources in Jafar Bhai's resource group also, and Ibrahim's resource group. I've deleted them, but we can check it anytime. Logs and everything, those can be checked. And here also we can check. If I go to subscription, this is the subscription we're talking about. And I want to do a cost analysis. We are going to do this as well. ठीक है, by the way, the cost management and billing, और इसको भी हम एक बार करने वाले बहुत छोटे लेवल पे. But we are going to do this. Meanwhile आप ऐसे ही समझ जाते हो तो that is well and good. Time बच जाएगा उस पे अलग से spend करने का. So one thing is a forecasting. Here it shows a forecast कि अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा, so we'll require 13,000 rupees for this month, right? And here if I come and check how much I have spent till date and on which resources, so it shows that on storage I have spent maximum 2,000. And then I realize if I say that okay, I do not have this much storage, and why am I spending this much on storage, then maybe I can go ahead and check कि किस region में जा रहा है, यहाँ पर East US and in Central. And if I want to do more deep dig in this one, who used it? So T-Soft solution resource group, I know no one has access on this resource group, so this is definitely me. And then if I check, Jafar Bhai has used 900 rupees, and Amit has used 7. I have been using Amit's resource group most of the time. Ibrahim, I could see he has used. So this is how you can check the details, and you can check. इसमें भी अगर आप जाते हो तो in detail में भी दिख जाएगा आपको कि कौन से resources पे कौन सा कब on हुआ था, कितना time उसके ऊपर कितना पैसा spend हो गया. Everything you can do check from here. Okay, coming back to the question here, guys. Two subnets, let's say. So I'm in this resource group. In this resource group, I have a virtual machine. Okay, for how many subnets I have? First, let me check. Where can I see the subnets here?
We'll see under VNet, right?
Yes. And where do I see VNet?
Networking.
Here, right? Under networking, yes, you can go from networking also. But when see under this resource group, what you are answering is from my virtual machine, I can go to networking and then I can see it. But when I'm already here at my resource group level, I can see this VNet I have. Under VNet, how many subnets I have? Here I can check. I have these many subnets. Now the question is, can these subnets talk to each other by default? Yes, guys. Can these subnets talk to each other by default?
Yes, they can.
Right. So here the requirement is, as Henry says, the requirement is that he does not want one of them to talk or two of them to talk to each other. Let's say he doesn't want prod subnet 1 and public subnet 1 to talk to each other. So to create that rule, we'll use the same method which we used for RDP or for anything. First, we will see where is it blocking or where is it allowing. If it is allowing, then where is it allowing? So now we have established that these subnets can talk to each other by default. So we'll go to one of the subnets and we'll check which rule of this subnet, NSG it is allowing. So first we'll see कि इस subnet पे कोई NSG applied है या नहीं है. So now let's look for some NSG. Example के लिए बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है? मैं not necessary कि इन subnets पे, I think इस subnet पे कोई machine भी नहीं है. There's no machine on this subnet, but I'm giving an example. Let's say that there was an NSG on this subnet. So we'll go to that NSG And if you want, we can do the practical as well. If you guys do not understand, let me know. Let's say if this subnet, this NSG is applied on that subnet. So I will check. Okay, Henry, now which rule is allowing that? That your requirement, you want to block it, right? This is your requirement, you said. You said you want to block the traffic between two subnets in same VNet, right? So my
Yes.
question is, where is it allowing? It is definitely allowing. We have read that several times, that machines in different subnets which are in under one VNet can talk to each other. In different VNets, they cannot talk to each other. So my question is, where is it allowing? Which rule says that it is allowing?
Allow all VNet, yeah, VNet inbound and outbound.
Correct. Then what was the difficulty in achieving that? The same thing what you had to do when it says allow all VNet inbound, you had to create the same rule. Only two differences. And what will be those differences?
Priority, but what if we want, will it stop connectivity in between inside the subnet?
Yes, it is. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क का
I mean,
मतलब ही ये हुआ है कि वर्चुअल नेटवर्क का मतलब ही हुआ विद इन सबनेट्स. Okay, let's do a
yes.
practical. If it
Yeah,
is,
I meant if we stop allow VNet wala yeah, then inside the subnet, then also it will stop, na?
within subnet?
Huh?
No, within subnet it is not stopping.
Acha.
Are you allowing within subnet by any rule, or is it by default without any rule? सबनेट के लिए कोई रूल बना रखा है क्या आपने?
नहीं.
तो आप कोई रूल बना के सबनेट के बीच की ट्रैफिक बंद कर ही नहीं सकते हो.
Okay.
Guys, did all of you get what was the question, what was the answer, or do you want me to do a quick practical on this?
I'll try the practical later and see.
What about others?
So if we apply this rule, we will apply it on a subnet, right?
Right.
And after applying it on a subnet, the
Mhm.
inbound and outbound traffic on that subnet will get blocked.
Right.
So with resources within that subnet like VM, they will have access to internet and all.
What, see, if sorry, Hente's question was, he wants to stop, he wants to use NSG and stop traffic from one subnet to another subnet. He never said anything about internet. Okay, so first we will go ahead and check which rule is allowing traffic between one subnet to another subnet. So this is the rule which is allowing one subnet to another subnet. So new rule which we are creating, it is just to counter this rule. So once we create this rule only with two different parameters, one is lesser priority number and another one is deny. Instead of allow, we'll see deny. So that rule will counter only this rule. It is not at all changing anything with your internet. Unless you change this rule, it is not going to deny your internet access. Got it, Amit? Any confusion?
Yeah, got it. So for VNet, when we talk about virtual network, what kind of traffic flows will be there?
Sorry?
The talking about the security rule number 65,000. So like 65,001 says that it's for internet, and it 65,000 says for VNet.
Right.
So when we say traffic within VNet, so it will be like connecting to the VNet, right?
Within VNet, we have subnets. Let me draw a diagram, and we'll do a practical. So it's okay if it is not clear for all of you. We'll do a practical, and instead of Bastion, then we'll go towards VNet topic today. We'll start Bastion. Bastion will cover later. So today we'll start subnets and VNets. तो ये सब उसी में cover भी हो जाएगा, and you guys will be able to relate it. Okay. I hope all of you are following. People who joined late, did you guys understand the question? Henty had a question at the beginning. So it is very simple. You can achieve it very easily. but still, if the question is there, we'll answer and we'll do a practical. So I hope you guys got the question and we are answering it to now. And with this, with conjunction of this, we'll start our new topic, which is VNet. VNet we have covered, by the way. We learned how to create VNet, we learned CIDR VNet, we learned how to create subnets. I hope all of you are clear on those topics, right?
Yes. Bharat.
Anyone who doesn't know VNet या भूल गए कुछ concepts वगैरह VNet के? What is VNet, by the way?
It's the virtual network.
Yes, what is it? A virtual network, what is it?
That's the representation of your own network virtually.
Okay, you can say your presence on cloud, on Azure. That is your VNet. That is your isolated area. Otherwise, cloud पे हजारों कंपनी और सब अगर एक दूसरे के नेटवर्क से बात करने लग जाएंगे तो there won't be any security or anything. So they will require virtual networks for everything. And in company also there are plenty of departments जहाँ पर management नहीं चाहता कि वो आपस में एक दूसरे से बात कर सके. Like networking team or maybe sales team, they do not have anything to do with legal team. Why should they have access to legal teams network? So we can create two different virtual networks within same company, one for legal, one for sales, one for marketing, maybe one for HR, finance. इनका आपस में कोई लेना देना नहीं है. They do not want to talk to each other. Management does not want them to talk to each other. So that's where VNet comes to picture. I hope all of you have attended those lectures or those sessions. So still, did you get chance to, by any chance, did you watch those videos on VNet where we covered VNet and subnets?
No, I haven't covered.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's start, guys. I hope all of you know this. We have a concept of VNet. Let's say this is my VNet 1. This is my VNet 2. Under VNet, we have subnets. Subnet 1, 2, 3, and subnet 1. Is it possible to have only one subnet, or is it necessary to have multiple?
We can have as many subnets as we want.
Can I have only one? Maximum, that is fine. Can I have only one?
Yeah, minimum one.
Yes.
Why minimum one? Can I not have a VNet without subnet? Can I create
No.
a VNet without subnet? Forget using it. Can I create a subnet without? Can I create a
No.
VNet without creating a subnet? I
No,
don't
it
want to
won't
use
allow.
any machine or anything. I just want to create a VNet and keep it. Maybe later I will deploy subnets and everything. Is it possible?
No, minimum one subnet we have to add in order to create a VNet.
Right. As if you keep practicing on portal, then you will understand this. मतलब इतना time नहीं लगेगा आप लोगों को आंसर देने में. If you go to portal and you simply go for search for a VNet, create a VNet. Any resource group, anything, search. Next. This is my VNet and this is the default subnet. Now I will remove the subnet and let's try creating a VNet. You see? It will not allow you to create a VNet without having a subnet. You will have to create a subnet. Either you can divide this VNet into multiple subnets or you can use it completely. I can do this also. यहाँ पर मैं पूरा का पूरा जहाँ पर ये जो address space था, I can use that. So I will have my VNet with only one subnet. But having a subnet is mandatory. Without a subnet, you can't even create it. You cannot do that कि मैं आज VNet बनाकर रखूंगा और subnet में तब देखूंगा जब मुझको machines बनाने हैं. Right? So you can't do that. So let's say this is my subnet A. Then I have subnet B. Subnet C and subnet X. In this we have virtual machines, or it could be anything, not only virtual machines, not necessary virtual machines, any resource, storage हो सकता है, virtual machine हो सकता है, आपका कोई web app हो सकता है, app service हो सकता है, function app हो सकता है, it could be anything. But for understanding, we will call them virtual machines, VMs, servers, whatever you want to. And these VNets, or this VNet is in East US region. Ignore the spelling. This is in Central India. Now the question is, the first question I have is, can this VNet talk to this VNet? I'm not doing anything. I'm not talking about any other method by default. Can these talk to each other?
No, they cannot.
No.
Okay. Why can't they talk? Because is it because this is in East US and that is in Central India?
No, that's not the reason. Because they are in two different virtual networks.
Right, because they are two different virtual networks, hence they cannot talk to each other, irrespective of their region. Even if this was in East US, it wasn't possible for them. Next question, can these talk to each other?
Yes, they can.
They can, right? And when I say VNet to VNet, obviously there's nothing in VNet to talk to each other. VNet का मतलब हुआ कि कोई ना कोई subnet की बात कर रहे होगे. And when I'm saying कि ये VNet इससे बात कर सकता है कि, so I'm asking, can this subnet S, subnet X, can this talk to this? This is the question. Because subnet VNet में directly there's nothing to talk. ना VNet के अंदर एक subnet होना ही चाहिए. उसके अंदर कोई machine वगैरह होगी तभी वो कोई communication वगैरह होगा. So now Henty's question was, he wants to, these can talk to each other. Now, by default, these can talk to each other. Now his requirement that he does not want subnet A to talk to subnet C. Are you guys getting it? Yes, guys. Did you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's quickly create who can create a virtual machine. Need 2 volunteers, please. In total, I require 3 virtual machines and I need 2 volunteers. I'll create 1 and I need 2 more volunteers. I can create 3 of them with using a code and very quickly. But unless you guys start doing this with me, because I have been realizing this, आप लोग वैसे तो कर नहीं रहे. I have been telling you, I told you on this weekend we'll have some assessment वगैरह, but no one asked, so I did not give. Right? Because I do not want to pressurize या push करके कोई मतलब नहीं है. I hope you understand this is not कोई school वाला class नहीं है यहाँ पर. Right? We are learning for ourselves. So I need 2 volunteers, please. Anyone? And if you guys do not want to, I can do it using this script. Who all are using laptop and could do it with me?
I can create by one.
Okay, one more.
I'll create.
You don't have yours. That's fine. Any subscription will do, Henty. But that's okay. We have already got. Subscription has nothing to do with this. You can have in multiple subscriptions. Okay. So Yogesh bhai, you create one machine in your resource group in Central India. Clear? एक VNet, एक subnet, एक virtual machine. That's all required from you in Central India region.
Yes.
Okay. Jafar bhai, you create one in your resource group, one virtual machine one VNet. I'm creating a VNet first. Use the same VNet. And let me create one for you. I'll show it to you, and then I'll guide it to you. Kya karna hai next. I'll go to your resource group. Yogesh bhai, meanwhile, you can start creating on your machine. Your is independent machine. So I'm creating a virtual machine here, Jafar bhai. And obviously, this is all for all of you. Please have a look at this. We do not want any redundancy. I hope this is clear to all of you. Redundancy के बारे में किसी के पास कोई question नहीं है अभी, right? Follow the same details, Jafar bhai. Not now. Once this is created, then, because now our VNet is not ready. I hope all of you are getting what am I doing here. So I'm not going to repeat this. Yogesh, which IP range are you using? If you're not through with this screen yet, use something in class C 192. Or did you already choose something?
No, I'm not at that screen yet.
Okay, use 192 वाला कोई भी range.
So
ठीक है. Sorry, is someone asking something? Yes, guys, what number can I use here? Looking at the cider block, which number can I use here? Who could answer? I'm creating two different subnets. One is the prod subnet, which I will be using for my virtual machine. One is the public subnet, which Jafar bhai will be using for his virtual machine. My question is, which range can I use here? I hardly need 256 IPs, consider.
Same range, right? /24.
Same range, will it pick up same range? In fact, I have already put the same range. Will it not overlap with my first IP range?
Yeah. 25. If we select 25/25 or 26.
How is that helping? What will 25 or 26 से क्या change होगा?
So we need to change the IP addresses. 10.1.0 की जगह 10.2.
24, 26 से ये change होगा number of IPs. I already told you that I am okay with, I'm happy with 255 IPs जो मुझको मिल रहा है. I'm happy with this.
So if we use 10.1.1.
10.1.1. Is it correct? Though, I mean, technically it's correct, but look at the look at this one, the range, and then tell me if it is correct. If yes, how? If not, then why? This is correct for sure, but what is the logic you use behind it? Or for that matter, let me put another question then. What should be a number here?
It should be 10.1.0.1 and then 0.2.
Here,
and
10.1 dot
0.1.
0.1
1. Yes.
and cider
Same 24.
no. This address 10.1.0.1 is it already here? Isn't it a part of this one? When I say 10.1.0.0/24 /24 का मतलब कितने 256 एड्रेसेस ये ले रहा है, तो मतलब यहाँ से 1 2 3 4 5 ये वाला एड्रेस इसने ले लिया. इनफैक्ट इट इज ऑलरेडी शोइंग यू द रेंज 10.1.0.0 से लेकर 10.1.0.255 तक की रेंज ऑलरेडी ये इसको यूज कर रहा है. सो यू कैन नॉट हैव दिस आईपी. ये आईपी जो है 1 वाला ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर है. So this is the correct answer. What Amit answer is correct. Just trying to understand your logic. Because obviously कि यहाँ या तो इधर एक होना था, यहाँ एक होना था, या यहाँ पर एक होना था. So एक one of the answers तो correct होना ही था. So I'm trying to understand your logic. Why did you think यहाँ पर आना चाहिए वो एक?
Because I think the IP is still 256. So 256 use हो गया first subnet में. So next जो series start होगा शायद 1.1 से.
Right, quite right. ठीक है. I hope all of you got it. Because इसको हमने काफी डिटेल में, I'm not explaining this because we have covered this in detail in cider वाला जो सेशन था, उसमें हमने बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में इसको ये किया है. कैलकुलेशंस वगैरह हम लोगों ने सब किए. if you guys remember this topic यहाँ पर कि cider कैसे कैलकुलेट होगा, what do I mean by this IP /24 का क्या मतलब है, /23 का क्या मतलब है, right? So let's not repeat that again. This is correct answer. I'm creating one subnet and I'm using prod subnet.
Sohail bhai, only one subnet will work. या फिर ज्यादा चाहिए?
No, for you one
I
subnet
mean,
is fine. You're
virtual
creating just,
network में.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I'm not explaining all these options because we have covered this in detail.
और NSG भी कुछ नहीं लेना है, blank. Basic.
Yeah, NSG Tech Basic. और बेसिक में RDP वगैरह ये सब जो है ना 4, इसको ये कर दीजिए. Okay, so the moment this machine is ready, Jafar bhai, you can start with your machine. Give any name, whatever you want. Make sure you're using a different subnet. The one which I used, other than that, I'm using prod subnet. I've created one public subnet. वो machine, and if you're already on that page जहाँ पर create machine है, so get out of that page, refresh it once, because आपको ये VNet दिखाई नहीं देगा. Make sure you're not creating a new VNet. Okay, use the same VNet which I have created. Under this VNet, use a different subnet which I have created. I've used Jafar VNet and prod subnet. So you use Jafar VNet and public subnet.
Okay.
First, wait for this setup to get completed, and then you can create yours. Yes, meanwhile guys, anyone has any questions, please let me know. I can see concepts are fading for you guys. Cider और अगर ये याद नहीं होगा तो बहुत difficulty होगी guys interviews में. You won't be able to understand basic questions. Scenario बहुत छोटा भी सिनेरियो ऐसा भारी भरकम और बड़ा लगेगा कि आप लोगों को सोचोगे अरे हमने कभी पढ़ा भी नहीं और कुछ ही नहीं हुआ, जस्ट बिकॉज इफ योर साइडर ब्लॉक इज नॉट क्लियर, इफ समवन इज सेइंग कि यार मेरा ये सबनेट है, ये इस तरह से है, वो should be the reason ये दो machines क्यों नहीं बात कर रहे आपस में, क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे. Maybe the simple answer is because they are not meant to talk to each other. But just because you did not understand the scenario or you did not understand something, you will not be able to answer this. So we test this rule by trying connect VM via Bastion. No, Bastion is not in a picture as of now. We'll simply take RDP to these machines. Okay, so I'm able to log into my machine. Jafar bhai, you can start with yours now and let me know once that is ready. Share the user ID and password. So I'll open both of the machines on same screen so you people can see it. And you guys, once your machine is ready, please let me know that also. Guys, meanwhile, anyone has any question, please let me know. Anyone, or if you are you guys getting it? Do you have any question? Amit, Henti, Jafar bhai, Sana,
Just
Srishti.
a simple question, maybe a silly one. So when we say that one subnet talks to another,
Huh.
one of the part is internet, right? Or it's not?
नहीं इंटरनेट कहाँ से पिक्चर में आ रहा है? See,
Okay.
अब तक ये जो डायग्राम
So-
हमने बनाई है इसमें we are not even talking about internet. This is
So
all
what
within
internet-
private IP and private network. इसमें इंटरनेट ना भी हो तो that is fine. Let's say you want to play CS. इंटरनेट की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है.
Okay.
So CS में ये 3 कंप्यूटर लगे, यहाँ पर 3 आपके फ्रेंड्स बैठे, they are playing and the fourth friend comes, उसका VNet अलग है and he wants to play with you guys. So this won't be possible here because these two VNets cannot talk to each other. But कोई इस सबनेट में 4 मशीन लगे, आपका कोई फ्रेंड आता है इस सबनेट में चला जाता है, वहां पर एक 5th मशीन लगाता है, he will be able to talk to you. Internet is not yet in picture. इंटरनेट बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑन है, वो किसी और ही पोर्ट से, किसी और रूल से है. This is about to finish. We'll start once Jafar bhai's machine is ready. Jafar bhai, once it is ready, please ping me and let me know and we'll start the session.
Sure.